Let me start the recording. I'm gonna make Chris the host with the host abilities, if that's okay with you, or do you want to have it?
Uh, I don't care. He could do it.
Yeah,
Is
that
it
way he can lock the meeting and expel people or whatever if necessary.
right?
All right. Okay. So let me know if you need anything. It's all yours. It's recording and live streaming. All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Talk to you later.
Hi. This is Community Board 11 Transportation meeting. Today is May 1st, 2023. The time now is 7:31. I know we don't have a quorum, but I felt it was important to at least come online and hear the concerns of some people. So there won't be any voting of anything because it's just me. Um, Let me see who we got here. Jeremy mentioned that Chris is on. I see Diana, Greg, Kevin, Renato, Roy Smith, Tara, and Veronica. Okay. I know Diana had mentioned stuff to me the other day. So I was wondering if you wanted to voice uh, any of your transportation concerns.
Sure. Thank you, Debbie. Um, Two major issues in the Bronx Park East area that also we want your advice on how to deal with them and whether we can coordinate on dealing with them. One is to address the parking shortage that's throughout the whole area, given all the new apartment buildings that have gone up, and also some road work that's actually eliminated a few spots on the street. We would like to change sections of Bronx Park East to angled parking on both sides of the street. Right now, there's only angled parking on the park side through most of Bronx Park East, which is different widths at different areas. Um, we also, along with that would probably lead to some kind of road diet. We'd like to put either the big speed bumps or the smaller rubber speed bumps. They're like usually yellow and black striped um, around the intersections to prevent cars from doing the donuts in the intersections. Because Bronx Park East is it's very much a favorite area for cars to race up and down and do donuts at some of the key intersections, because you can also go right onto the Bronx River Parkway and then race up the Bronx River Parkway and come off onto Bronx Park East and go down and just keep doing the loop, which is what some drivers tend to do. So there's that. And then the other one is this horrible ponding situation, which from the weekend's rain, it covers an entire sidewalk and underneath a car, the width of a car into the street and going sideways. And lengthwise, it's longer than two cars. And it's in an area where the curb has vanished. It's level with or even below the level of the street. And the street is very domed. And there's no catch basin on the side where the ponding is. So it's not just a DOT problem, it's probably also a DEP problem to add a catch basin. Um, and then someone else said it would also be a DDC problem that they would all want to work together.
Probably. It definitely sounds like that because I know by my way there is a ponding issue, and I was told that it's a DEP issue.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Because
but I do know there would be some part of it that would have to fix the roadway to help mitigate any water to go towards any drainage that DEP would put in.
right. And coincidentally, one of the homeowners whose driveway was right in the puddle had work done on their sewer last week. And I think they guys working on the sewer to build up the road just a little bit, or build up the sidewalk a little bit near their area, because they had to excavate the whole street going into the middle of the street, to fix the sewer. So I think they adjusted it just enough so that the ponding is not right in front of their driveway anymore, but it's still huge. And
Okay, I will make note of that and pass that on to Chris, Jeremy, and Harriet. And
so do you
they
think there's
will-
anything more that we should do? There's also like a private company that came in that said that they have a solution to ponding that's very inexpensive, and can we put them forward as a partner who would, they already have clearance to work with city agencies, and could we recommend them to?
I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that.
They said maybe we'd even end up doing the job for free as a demonstration of our new technique.
Yeah, I will pass on that information, like I said, to the board office, but I highly doubt that would ever get done because we're talking the city here.
Yeah. Well, they said they are pre-screened to get contracts from the city, that they're an approved vendor already. So,
What they say and what they are can be two different things.
yeah.
Well, based on my experience, all these propositions are going to be sent to the agencies. Agencies going to go and going to do studies, quote unquote. Studies, quote unquote, is going to take from 18 months to whatever they going to. So it's going to, believe me, it's not going to happen tomorrow. It's not going to happen in 2 months. It's not going to happen in 3 months or 6 months.
We've already have brought it to the attention of DOT, but they keep saying that it's like not just their problem. So
About what now? We're talking about the bumps. We're talking about
the ponding.
The ponding. Ponding is.
You know, they said, oh, well, the homeowner has to fix the sidewalk also. And
The ponding is about DP. First of all, I think they have to check out why it doesn't drain correctly.
right.
I think that
Okay.
something like that came up because, if I'm not wrong, somebody from Allerton Association brought it up. This is a new
Yes,
problem
Larry
or something?
Muriello has been working on
Exactly.
it too.
So
Yeah.
I have some emails from DP. I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna see what has been so far done. And
Okay.
if necessary, you can, like I said, I can forward it to you so at least you can be aware of what's going on.
Okay.
But
And-
on the other issues about parking and all these kind of things, I'm telling you right away, DOT is going to take a study, quote unquote. So meaning that what I've proposed about 3 years ago, or even more, about some bumps on Laconia for people driving fast, and another bump somewhere in Maze for them still driving fast in that area.
Hmm?
To this day, that it continues for them to do, quote unquote, a study. I haven't got an answer.
Well, we also brought it to the attention of the 49th precinct, and they were actually the ones who said that they thought that the smaller speed bumps that are the heavy plastic with the yellow and black stripes, not in the middle of the road, they're more of like to the side, I think,
Right.
that just prevent people from doing the donuts. They thought that might be a good solution. So,
That sounds like a good solution because I've been seeing that as a bus driver. I've been
Oh.
seeing it. I've been seeing it all over the Bronx. It's becoming a very popular thing near intersections. So who knows? We might be able to get those in a study.
good.
Okay, we can forward it to DOT, but like I said, it's going to take a while for them to do the studies and they can come to conclusion. Hopefully they can, I don't know, speed it up a little bit since summer's around the corner and more cars going to be on the streets.
Right.
So we'll try.
Okay, and I'll see if anyone at the 49th precinct is willing to make a call or send an email, or because it did sound like they thought it was a good idea, at least for the speed bumps.
Okay, let's start moving on to some other people so they can voice some of their concerns, and then if we have time, we can circle back. Harry, I see you just popped online. Harry, are you there?
Hello.
Hi. I know you wasn't online when I was saying that it's somewhat of an informal meeting because we do not have quorum. So I'm just trying to hear of people's concerns to hopefully compile something to send to the board office. Do you have any transportation concerns?
Not really. I'm just learning.
Excuse me?
Not really. I'm just learning on how everything works.
Yeah, this is my first time doing an informal meeting, so yeah. All right. Let me see, who else do we got? Oh, I just saw Kevin's hand go up. Kevin?
Hi there. Hey, Debbie, thanks for holding the meeting, first off.
No problem.
Second, no wonder you know so much about transportation on the ground level. I didn't realize you drove a bus. So that's like me riding a bike. You kind of see things a little differently if you pass it a couple dozen times. And, you know, that's just good to hear. I know the rabbi suggested making a list of issues that he wants to bring up, whether they're issues or not. So I just want to kind of put two positive votes down that I think that since the scooter program has tremendously gained daily usage, that it must be working. And I'd like to just show a positive vote towards the scooter program. On the second note, with the car share program, losing a few spots, I think parking spots, you know, is kind of worth it as a community. One person may be more affected than another, but I think the benefit to those that use the car share occasionally outweighs that individual loss of that one spot that somebody might feel. And now kind of I'm actually signed in here, you see as HRG, which is the Hutchinson River Greenway, which falls into Community Board 11.
I figured as such.
Yeah, so I'm going to kind of talk officially as an administrator for the Friends group and talk about an issue that I had back in June 2021. I had a couple of 311 reports, and of course, you know, presented them to the community board for follow up. And I believe Nevada was still there and kind of said one of these issues was going to be taken care of. But it's been now 2 years as I look at that, and I just want to bring it up now again and probably file a couple more reports this week just to update them. So what that has to do with is coming off the Hutchinson River Greenway south at exit 1B, which is Westchester Avenue / Waters Place and Fink, the intersection of Waters Place and Fink. As you exit to the left, there is construction and it's blocked off. As you exit to the right, you see the Hutchinson River Greenway. At that point along the fence, before you get to Waters Place, there are potholes, and quite a few of them. They're long and they're deep, and then between the potholes, there's a buildup of gravel. So it's kind of bumpy, but it is off the asphalt of the road, kind of. So the second piece of that is now with the rain over this weekend, there's consistent ponding in that location. So we're talking about potholes that are creating ponding. And when I talk about the potholes and then the gravel making it a little higher, like a bumpy thing, that's because there's no curb. So there's no curb there to protect the greenway that cars going, you know, from 55 plus off to a red light on the greenway. There should be some type of protection along that greenway. And so those are the three things that I kind of, and lighting, excuse me. Lighting up the Hutch in general, all through Pelham Bay Park is really bad. And also at this exit, there's 4 lampposts on each side of the street. And it's a hit and miss if any of them are working at any of the time. So it's lighting, ponding, potholes, and no curb. Now, just to take the note, I'll probably put a 311 in later in the week and forward that. So, you know, you can follow up with that way and make it a little easier for you. And the last thing, only because Diana brought it up, and, you know, I didn't really think about it, but also at that same exact location, there are two sewers along the exit, off the grass and along the exit. So it's curbside. Neither of them have curbs. So one of them, you know, maybe a car will hit it, get flat. I don't know. That's not so bad. It's a little far off. But the one that's a little closer to Waters Place, maybe 200 yards from Waters Place, is exposed. There's no grate on the top. And the two sides, you know, it's kind of collapsed. And I see that the construction people across the street may have thrown a couple of barrels into it to protect it. So appreciate your time and thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that exit, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Thanks, Deb. I'll do the 311 thing, make it easy in a couple days, okay?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know how well 311's going to listen because they don't know their left hand from their right. But I do appreciate if you do put in a 301 and then forward it to the board office.
Thank you.
Okay, who else? Whose hand? Oh, Tara, I saw your hand.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me on the meeting, and thanks for everything you do for the community. I just wanted to introduce myself real briefly. I am the PS 108 PTA president, and I'm here to talk about a really exciting event that we're having that I wanted to discuss with you because I actually need your help. The event is called a Food Truck Night. It's a fundraiser. It's being held in 1 month on June 1st in the evening. And it's probably the first of its kind that any school in this area has ever done. We're having a wide variety of food trucks come to PS 108. It's a diverse group of trucks that really demonstrate how diverse our school population is. And they'll be parking outside of the school where families can come and dine for the evening while also supporting their PTA. So where you guys come in actually is the permit. So I applied for a single block festival permit on April 19th, and it's currently submitted for the review processing. So I know that it will come across your desk at some point. I'm not sure how or when, but I just wanted to touch base with you if there's any other requirements that I need, especially signatures. It's a medium-sized event, and any other additional documents that we may need for this.
Did you get any of the signatures yet at all?
No, because of the size of the event, that I didn't think that I had to. When I was reading through all of the guidelines for the permit process, it didn't say that I needed signatures for the size. It's a medium-sized event.
When you say medium-sized, you're asking for a street closure?
Yeah, Neal Avenue between Yates and Herring Avenues, like right where PS 108 is.
Yeah, even if it is 1 block, you would still need signatures.
Signatures from the residents on that block?
Correct.
Okay. And then regarding the actual street closure, because I know that the 49th precinct will have to get involved. So then should I reach out to somebody there as well, just so that they know?
To community affairs?
Yes.
No, but wait. What do you mean about the 49 precinct has to be present? I didn't get that part.
For the street closure, if they use those blue barricades, because
They don't use nothing. It's you guys. You're gonna put cones. Before, when people used to have block parties, they used to block it with cars. No longer is allowed, because God forbid if an emergency, like an ambulance or a fire truck, has to go through, it has to be cleared. So the only thing you can do is just block it with cones. And just in case, on one side of the street has to be at least 15 foot from the curb, cleared. Meaning, just in case if any trucks, like I say, emergency ambulance or things like that have to go through, it has to be cleared. Because otherwise, like God forbid, fire department has to go through, whatever you have on that side, they have to go fast, they'll go through, period. But the police department, the only thing they can do is about, they're gonna give you a permit, some permit it's called. They don't give me any more, whatever they call them, the barricades and things like that. It's
Well, being it's a school, maybe she could try to ask. I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask for the barricade.
Yeah, of course, but you gotta understand, Debbie, who's gonna pick them up, who's gonna drop them, who's gonna put them together, who's gonna take them off, put them on the side?
Well, she could pick up the ones then over by CVS that's been there since October.
Talk with community affairs. James Graham is it's his name. I can give you the telephone number.
Yeah, if you can drop it in the chat, the gentleman's name and the phone number.
The name is James Graham.
James Graham.
He's one of the community affairs officers.
Okay.
And his cell phone number is 929 929-287-6498.
929-287-6498.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Anything else that I need to know about or be aware of to make this happen?
You're gonna bring food vendors, right?
Yes.
Okay, because SAPO is gonna ask you for, you're gonna get a permit from the food vendors. I think it's written, if you get into SAPO, they will give you the directions when it comes to that matter, first, second. The only suggestion you tell people for the day is you have to buy insurance.
Well, the PTA itself has insurance.
Beautiful.
This-
Just in case, because if God forbid somebody get hurt,
right.
at least can be covered for whatever reasons.
Yes, don't want that to happen.
Of course not. Yeah, most definitely. So
All right.
far, like Debbie said, as much as you can get the signatures from the people resident, because what's going to happen is that, and on top of the signatures, when you're going to get those, please tend to write what's the purpose of you getting all these signatures, meaning that you're going to have a strict closure for fun and whatever the names, or whatever is the title of the event, so at least they can be aware of it, because sometimes people put the signatures, and when the street is closed and the cars cannot go through no longer, or the cars can be moved out of there, they're gonna get kind of angry, or how come I put the signature, but didn't know it was for this and that. So at least they can be aware of.
Right. Have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed. I understand.
Correct. Perfect. That's how it works.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thanks so much.
Okay, is there anybody else that has a concern? I see Greg popped up. Greg? Greg, if you're muted, you got to try to unmute yourself. Okay, I see you in the chat. Okay. Anybody else have concerns? Veronica, Renato, Kay, Roy.
Nothing for me, Debbie, but thank you. Like Kevin said, thank you for having this meeting so that people could bring their concerns to you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much for having this meeting. My only concern is basically just to echo some of the points Diana made, namely the call for angled parking on both sides of the Bronx Park East. That's definitely an issue of interest for me personally too as well.
Okay. I will definitely put that in my notes to the board office.
Great, thank you.
Let me see who else. Okay, I don't see anybody else raising their hand. Greg, do you wish to speak? Because like I said, this is an informal meeting. I'm the only one from transportation here, so there's nothing to be voted on. But if you do want to express any concerns, now is the time to speak.
Sure, I appreciate it very much. I sent a letter on April 12th to the board office with follow-up questions and concerns relative to the recently started MTA project. And I wonder whether the letter has been passed along to the TA and whether or not I should expect some kind of response. Thank you.
Okay, I will reach out to the board office and I will mention that to them. I know as far as other city agencies, it does take a while to get any response on anything. I'm still waiting for responses myself from the MTA or DOT on a matter of things.
Well, this letter, I appreciate that, Deborah. This particular letter was transmitted to the board office. So I guess my question is whether or not they transmitted it to the transit authority.
Okay. All right. If you message me your contact, I will then try to follow up with you after I get in touch with the board office. Is there anybody else that has any concerns? Okay, go ahead.
I think I am. Did I unmute myself?
Yes.
Oh, cool. I wasn't able to connect with any of the recent meetings pertaining to the Metro North upcoming projects. I was just wondering if there's been any updates on anything and what to expect. Like when is this going to take place, and how is it going to affect this community?
Well, it depends on who you ask in the community is how it's going to affect the community. Any of the opening of it is not projected until like 2027. They're starting with like Parkchester first and Hunts Point, and then they're working their way upwards up north. They say it'll cut commute. Not sure how it's going to cut commute to some people in the Morris Park area, because it's going to some people it'll take them 2 or more buses to get to the new station versus 1 bus to get to Fordham.
Oh, wow. I had no
Yeah,
idea.
right. So that's what I'm saying. It depends on who you ask. Depends on how it'll affect the neighborhood. But I mean, like I said, it's who you ask.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. If nobody else has any other concerns, transportation-wise or road-wise, then I guess I will end the meeting now. Be a nice short meeting. And Harry, I see your message, and I think Bernadette is going to be also reaching out to you so that you'll be number 4. So, yeah, we need more people on the transportation committee. So, all right. Hope to see you on the board soon, on the transportation committee soon with me, Harry. You'll keep me company. All right, Greg. All right, what are your concerns? What's your question?
If you recall, we spoke about Mulliner Avenue between Leidig Avenue and Brady Avenue, and the fact that since the repaving was done in that area,
the ponding,
essentially no curbing.
Yeah, the ponding. Yeah, we were just. I was just referring to that when Diana Finch was talking about her ponding issue. So that's why I know it's in. You know as well as I know how long we've been dealing with that on Mulliner Avenue. So Diana Finch is going to be in for the long haul on her end too. So hopefully one of the two will get fixed first.
Yep, I appreciate that.
All right.
How long it took in East Chester Road, remember?
Excuse me?
How long it took in East Chester Road down on the trestle?
What?
What East Chester?
In East Chester Road.
No,
trestle, Debbie.
Oh, how long it took? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it took forever for them to fix East Chester Road under the trestle.
Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath for the other ones.
Yeah.
We're going to push, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen tomorrow.
Right. It was forever with East Chester Road, exactly.
There was a swimming pool over there many times.
Yeah. I would wonder why cars would even remotely park there, knowing how high the water would get there.
Are you kidding me? I saw barrels, you know, the big barrel, whatever, like cone-like barrel, big ones.
Yeah.
They were floating one day when it was raining, floating.
Yeah.
That means how deep it was, the thing. But thank God now they're repairing the thing, and so it's working.
Yeah.
That's what counts.
Chris, because some of my neighbors had expressed some concerns to me, and I said I would mention it in the meeting. So I'm officially mentioning it in the meeting. The street Paulding between Woodmanstein and Bogart, they're requesting that to be repaved. That's like a more.
I know.
It's like a Mars lunar landing. So you know
But the
that.
whole point is until they finish over there by Moliner, is that street? Yeah.
Where they're doing the Con Ed work?
Yeah. Until they finish that, I doubt very much DOT is going to do any. They might do a little bit of more work, whatever, but until they finish the thing, forget about it.
And because that's only really like one block they're asking, which is kind of 2 blocks away from any Con Ed work. So one shouldn't affect the other. But yeah,
I'll forward it too. But listen, I requested for also for, if you remember, I requested for Mace and I requested for whichever another one. It's going to be 2024 now.
Right. All right. The second request that was asked of me to mention on Leidig Avenue between Kruger and White Plains Road, next to Pick and Pack, they're asking for the removal of the no standing sign.
Yeah, at the school.
There's no school there anymore.
No longer a school over there, right?
Yeah, it left during COVID.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Send it to me. I'll most definitely push it because we removed also no parking for right around the corner from our office. In the other side, it's what is the other one? We called them. The other one is we used to be ACS.
Oh yeah. Radcliffe.
ACS is moved
Radcliffe.
about 3 years ago. All right.
Radcliffe. Yeah.
That moved about 3 years ago, and there still were no parking, only for ACS only. So after a battle that we went through, finally they're removed, so it's parking space. At least we gained 4 parking spaces for residents in that area.
Yeah, because this, the removal of the no standing would greatly help the shoppers in that area.
I agree.
Okay, so I officially got those 2 on record.
Any preferably with a picture of that of the sign, so at least we can tell them.
I could either do a Google picture for you, or I could try to take the picture tomorrow.
Whichever, whatever works for you. Just send it
Okay.
up. I'll push for that.
Okay.
Because I do shopping over there too at Pick and Pack. So anyway,
Right.
it's very tight parking out there.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna end this meeting now. Then, it's 8:04, and the transportation meeting has now come to an end.
Good night and thank you.
Thank
welcome.
you very
Good night.
much. Thanks.
Good
This is
night.
great.
Good night.
Chris, can you stop recording?
I can do that, but I cannot do live. Hold on, I'm calling Jeremy. But anyway, let me see if I can stop recording. Bear with me 1 second. Gotta find how you used to do it. It's been a while. What is it? File? No. Meeting. Recording settings. Oh. Deb, how do you try the recording?
No, I think it's still recording. It says it's still recording.
Oh, I see it. Bear with me 1 second. And I stopped it. Okay.
Okay, stop recording, but we got to get him to stop the live feed.
I called him, but hold on. Two. If we get out of the meeting, probably it's gonna stop. I don't know.
No, it'll, especially since he's there, it'll keep on going on the live stream.
I tried to call him, but he didn't answer. Let me try again one more time. Hey, Jerry, we're finished. I stopped recording, just stop live, and we're done. Okay, good night. He'll do it now, so don't worry. Have a good night.
Good night.